big trouble though, pal. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast? Okay! I can't stand myself.
Oh, we are back.
Can't stand myself.
Somewhat Tipsy crew coming back to you again. We took a little week off. Nice little recovery. I was dying. Like that sickness, I got corona, and like the first 2 times I got it when corona was a real thing, wasn't bad. This kicked the shit out of me, dude.
You were down and out.
Oh man, for 10 days. Like I couldn't function. I couldn't think straight.
You just slept for 10 days.
Yeah.
That's why you look younger. You look younger today.
But yeah, I could not do the show last week. There was no way.
Sorry, we did the best of.
We did.
Nice little show.
Oh no, it's beeping. Do we know what it is? I think the clock is out of batteries.
I was like, we're already done. Show's over. That was quick.
Production said, "All right, that's a wrap.
You're done."
But we have a fun show for you today. You remember the episode with Daytona Trump? I think that was Jimmy can correct me. It was one of our most viewed shows. So today we are bringing the man behind Daytona Trump. Yes, that context. Sebastian.
What's up, guys? How are you? How are we doing, everybody? You doing all right, right? You see, had corona. Now she kung flu disease. You see the Asian people, right? You see with the small eyes. You're always sleeping. It's kind of nasty. I looked at Shang-Chi, the great leader of China One, or I call China. I said, you're always sleeping, Shang. You're always sleeping.
I love it. I love it. It's so good.
Do you ever catch yourself doing that like when you're not supposed to?
Yeah, 100%. All the time. I mean, there's some times where there's just shit that comes out of my mouth that just, it's not me, it's Trump. Like, it's just like it's like the movie
And
The
you
Mask.
can blame it on that, though,
I
right?
can blame it on that all the time. And also, I'm mixed. So I could, like, play either side of the aisle. I can be either dark or light, so it's great.
So it's your scapegoat out of that one.
Oh, 100%. Thank God I'm mixed, because if I wasn't mixed, I wouldn't be able to say most of the shit I say.
You get away with it.
I
have
go
to
to
be
every
politically correct.
Joe. I go to every protest, every event, BLM. If there's free chicken, I'm there. All right, it's all great. January 6th, I'll be there for great credit scores. It's just I go all around for everything.
Very proud of you.
It's a phenomenal thing, Jeremy. You see it, right?
Now, when you're not Trump, you got a new gig.
Yeah. So I got a new job. Everybody's familiar with Hulk Hogan. It's called Real American Beer. It's one of the best beers you've ever seen until I stopped working for him. All right. It's a great beer company. Hulk and a couple of people founded it about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. And then unfortunately he passed away. Now I've done one sampling event with them. I kind of just showed up and just said, fuck it. And I was Trump, showed up, met everybody. Then everybody kept in contact with me. And then I got a job offer from them the day before he died. So yeah, it was crazy. So I got a job offer. My boss now, Jack, great guy. He called me and he's like, hey man, we know you have a great sales experience. Also, you do a lot of stuff, as Trump, and you're always out in the community. Would you like a job with us? And I've always wanted like an FSR job or something where, there's not a lot of stress. And I was like, yeah, I'll take the job. Immediately the next day, I am at a Target in Port Orange and I got a phone call saying, hey, Hulk died? And no one knew that I got a job offer, by the way. No one. So I'm sitting there and I was like, what the fuck? I'm freaking out.
Hold on, I just changed my life.
Everybody thinks I'm about to have a baby in Target. It was crazy.
You're screaming at the top of your lungs.
Yeah, I'm like, no, bring it back. And then I immediately called my boss back and I was like, listen, I know Hulk died, but do I still have a job? But now they've been great people. Hulk was great to me. We have Jimmy Hart. We have a lot of stuff. We work with NASCAR. WWE is a primary owner of our company. So we have a lot of great activation in the market, not just to be a small company, but also to connect with a lot of people that may drink beer, may want to drink beer for the first time, so it's good.
So I didn't know WWE was part owner.
Yeah.
In Real American.
Yeah, so they are. So we have a big partnership with them, and it's great. Everybody at WWE, we love them all. And obviously, that with Hulk, you know, in the WWE. There's just that partnership there. And then Jimmy Hart, great guy. He also is a part of Real American Beer, but he also still works for the WWE. So we also do sponsor a couple other people too. We've brought other big superstars in for sampling at other bars in Orlando or in Ohio or any other area where you might have SmackDown or Raw or anything else. So it's great. It's a lot of fun.
Nice. Now, how involved? What I mean, I know you started like right before he died. But
yeah.
how involved was Hulk in the company itself?
So Hulk was all about the business, and that's the one thing I love, especially for someone who's founded a company, is to just be 100% involved. Hulk was almost he tried to do every sampling event he could. He just wanted to sell the beer and just be out in the market. You know, throughout years, obviously, I mean, everything that he's been through, his body kind of deteriorated. Yeah. So events that I've gone with him, he was there, even if his body was hurting, even if he just, you know, couldn't make it, he would still push through just to, you know, take pictures or sample the beer with people, or, you know, just say, brother, you know, it could have been 10 million different things, but he was very much involved. I mean, you would have thought he loved it. He really did. So.
Well, that's awesome. You know, you always think, because a lot of these celebrities, you know, when they have an alcohol brand, they're just a face.
Oh yeah,
you know, they're not doing anything.
I mean, Conor McGregor, he has what is he?
12.
He's proper 12, so he's just the face and he has charges. You know, so it's not really a lot going on there, but it's nice to see someone who, you know, was buying a company and is just sitting there, not like Tom Brady or Conor McGregor or Kylie Jenner or any of these other people from the Diddy list are just out here just the face of it, and that's it. Because you damn well know they're not drinking that shit. They're not. And then Hulk also has I think 2 comic book stores and another store in Orlando. He has a bar and restaurant in Tampa, and that's the main beer that they sell. You know, that's not just they sell it everywhere else and he kind of sells it there. No, they push it, like they love it. So, you know.
That's good. What does Jimmy Hart do? Like, you know, he was like a hype man for so long.
He's still a hype man. Hasn't stopped.
Is that what he does? Is that is he the hype guy?
He is. He's great. I mean, for 81, he looks amazing. That spray tan does wonders. But we actually just had him in Daytona. We had him at Streamline, great venue. Jeremy runs. And we also had him at Coyote Ugly. So he's just a big hype man for it. And he comes out and he just makes a speech. And, you know, not a lot of people grew up with Jimmy Hart or Hulk Hogan, but, you know, when you do a little bit of research, it clicks. And everybody likes taking pictures with them. So it's good.
Oh, that's awesome. And how, because, you know, I'm starting to see Real American Beer come out a little bit more. You're starting to see it more mainstream.
Right.
What... Is there a certain state that are they pushing by state, or are they going full like nationwide hard push?
So I have my own opinions about what we should do as a company, but I'm not at that executive level to make that decision. We're going state by state, which is fine, but we're in some states where we don't have boots on the ground yet. So like I think that we're in Texas. We just got someone in Texas, but before we didn't have anybody in Texas. So we're just going state by state. And we're doing a little bit of a revamp here pretty soon, which I'm really excited about the revamp. And I think that that's going to be able to get us nationwide, you know, kind of meet like center neutral tour. Like you can drink it. Jeremy can drink it. The person behind Jeremy can drink it. The person behind you can drink it. Everybody can drink it, you know? So I think it'll be good.
And it is a good beer. Jeremy, have you tried it yet?
I've had it. To me, it's like a better Mick Ultra.
Yeah.
I would say it's a better Mick Ultra.
Like, you know, listen, I didn't like Jeremy that much. I'm loving him a lot right now. You see him, right? Yeah, I'm going to give him a big fat kiss, right?
So Mick Ultra's kind of a little bit of watery for me.
Yeah.
But then Real American Beer's light, but still has the flavor to it.
There's a little bit more flavor with it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not quite a Bud Light or a Miller Light,
right,
but not an Ultra.
The thing
to me, it's like right in the middle there,
right,
which is what you want. I don't want to taste the beer necessarily, but I don't want to taste just strictly water.
No, and I like the levels of just, you know, our price point with our beer, and, you know, that we have it in bottle, can, and draft. Draft is really good. It's better than can and bottle and anything else. But yeah, it's a good flavor. I love it. So, and I'm not just saying that just because I sell the beer, because I know that a lot of people work for companies and they just sell that product. They like that product for the time being. I personally do like our beer. I really do. So
your refrigerator's full at home.
100%. I'll send you a picture.
Send me a picture. I want to see the picture of your fridge.
Okay, I will. I'll send that picture.
Was it like cribs when you go and they used to open the fridge?
It's like eggs, real American beer, bacon, real American beer, jelly, real American beer, blah blah blah. blah.
IHOP leftover, real American beer.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's great. I love doing it. We just have a lot of great activation, and I've told this to everybody when I started working for the company. You can have a shit product. You can literally have shit on a stick. And you just quite literally just need great execution. That's it. That's all you need. And, in the market, when we first came out in Daytona, in the Daytona area, there was no execution. It was dead. It was just sitting in stores. You're a Bud rep. You kind of just ordered it and just sat there. But now that I'm here, Daytona, Jacksonville, more south, there's just a lot of execution behind it. People are realizing it. There's some people that love Hulk Hogan that don't know that you could call it a Hulk Hogan beer, but there's a beer with Hulk on it. It's good to get it out.
What's the rebranding like? What are they doing? You said they were rebranding.
So Hulk. So here's the thing. Hulk was great. Hulk. His energy behind the beer was amazing. But we are gonna go towards like hunting, fishing. We're gonna grab those customers, especially with like fraternity. We're gonna try to grab everybody. And to me, you look at Happy Dad. Do I think Happy Dad is great? Not really, but it's okay. But look at them. They are hitting fraternities and frats like you've never seen. And, I think everybody needs to, whether you're tequila, whether you could be wine or you could be beer or liquor. It doesn't matter. So we're going to be going towards like hunting, fishing, a lot more NASCAR. I can't say it right now, but we're doing a lot of big stuff with a lot of big artists.
Real American beer NASCAR?
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's not already.
No,
that's just a good fit,
have one.
right?
We have one.
Okay.
I don't quote me on it. I think it's Ty Dillon, or who's the guy that won the 500 2 years ago? Stenhouse Jr.
I think I was still drinking 2 years ago.
Yeah, I was still drinking. I don't know what happened. And car ran by. Everybody with Basper hats got up and started cheering, So, we have a lot of great activation. So we're just going to basically try to hit every single market. And that's the goal. And you can't skip out on people. We can't skip out on hunting, fishing, especially when you're a beer company. Hunting, fishing, NASCAR.
So the camo cans coming out soon?
I hope. Let's cross our fingers. I think it'd be great, especially to compete with Busch Light. So
Busch Latte.
Well, that's the thing. I would when I tried it, I would compare it, like you said, a better Mick Ultra. It's like a Busch Light price with a better than Bud Light Mick Ultra quality. It's a little bit more than Busch, I think, but the price point, it's a little bit, it's in that range. So you're getting an affordable beer.
Right.
And you're getting a good tasting beer.
Yeah.
So, you're not, everyone, in our 15, 16 loved our Milwaukee's Best Light.
Oh, no, I never drank
it wasn't good.
Wait, you drank Milwaukee's
The
Best
Beast?
Light? Never.
Dude, that was the beer pong beer.
No, Bud Ice. Do you remember Bud Ice?
I do remember Bud Ice.
Bud Ice is what we used to drink.
I'd take the Beast over Bud Ice.
No, I take Bud Ice over the Beast.
I think I was a Northeast thing with the Beast, though.
Remember St. Ides?
That
was a Southern thing. St. Ides? It's a malt beverage.
This guy was over here drinking Zimas.
I did drink Zimas. You never drank a Zima. With a Jolly Rancher in it?
I had a Zima. I didn't drink Zimas.
That was like the official first flavored beer. You buy a Zima and you get Jolly Rancher, you put a Jolly Rancher in it. So your Zima was like apple flavored or strawberry flavored or whatever.
So just Jolly Rancher Zima.
Jolly Ranchers and Zima.
See, I can't say much. I think the first alcohol I ever drank was a Smirnoff Ice. And they were delicious.
I knew Joe was a white girl at heart.
White girl Joe.
Yeah.
Basic white girl right here.
I like Smirnoff Ice.
Smirnoff Ice was good. And
that came after Zima.
Yeah, it was after Zima.
Zima was first, then Smirnoff Ice came out.
Zima came back, though.
It did?
They tried to revitalize it.
Do you want to call it coming back? Or
they tried.
Right.
They tried.
I remember I ordered a couple cases and we did an 80s party with it. And still nobody ordered it.
It's still sitting in the walk-in.
It's still sitting in the walk-in. Right next to Busch Latte.
I'll tell you, I think a real American beer would look great, right here. Right on this table, maybe in the intro to the show.
I think it would look great.
A real American, I think
Real American podcast.
I think it's a great fit.
I love it. I think it's amazing. Throw like a little Trump sign in the back. Daytona Trump, real American beer. You know.
I'm telling you, I think after the show we need to.
What
we
more
need
do you
to
want?
talk
Might as well
about it.
struck oil right here. You know?
Perfect fit. We're gonna sell out Florida right now.
Basically.
So being a little newer to the industry and
Yeah.
being in this, how's your promos been? Like, I mean, you realize that are you getting reactions from the promos?
Yeah, I mean, you know, people just have to try it. That's it. You know, everybody's so used
So
to
basically, you're just like you buying cans, letting people try it.
Yeah,
You do a trade out. Give me your Bud Light. I'll give you a Real
kind
American
of just
beer.
doing like a buyback from the bar, you know, just because like at the end of the day, like me bringing in 5 cases into a bar for free is great, but at the same sense, like there's no money being made. So if you as a bar owner orders, let's say 5 cases, and then let's say I do like a buyback and I buy a couple cases back for people to try, your bar's making money because you could set it at whatever price you'd like to. But then at the same time, they also get to try it. And then if they like it, they can still order it. So there's always the opportunity for everybody. So we're still winning because we're still going to buy the beer back in the bar. The beer's in your bar, but also you're still making sales on that as well. So
Let's do a blind taste test one.
what?
Let's do a blind taste
We should.
where you put 3 beers. Let's
Yeah.
put like Bud Light, Miller Light, Ultra, and Real American
Coors,
beer,
right, yeah.
Coors or whatever,
Right.
and actually try a blind taste test.
I think it'd be great.
Little straw, and like suck it through the top, see if you like it.
I think the only thing that the issue with the beer culture is that, you know, there's people that have been drinking Busch since they were born in Alabama
Yeah.
or whatever. You know, it's just like you've been drinking Michelob for 20 years, you've been drinking Bud Light for 50 years. Like there's people that are so stuck on drinking their same beer, which there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just getting over that little line and like saying, hey, we have real American beer. Love for you to try it, you know, and see how people like it, you know. And that's just the world of beer. That's it. You know, just getting it in mouths.
You're not wrong though. Like when I drank, when I would go up to the bar, it would always be, let me get a Bud Light and a shot of Jameson.
Right.
I liked other beer. I could drink Coors.
Sure.
I could drink Miller. Honestly, I didn't care.
Right.
It was just Bud
If
Light.
they said
is
they were out
what
of
I
Bud Light,
said.
you'd be like, fine, give me a Miller Light.
yeah,
Yeah.
I could care less. You really couldn't tell the difference in the 3 anyway.
I'll be honest with you guys. I think, you know, to close it out, like I think beer, you know, a long time ago when I was younger, I thought beer tastes like piss. I thought it was horrible. I don't know who created it. But I think now we're getting into a society where I don't think beer needs to be lowered down, but I think it's time to have fun with beer. It's time to make beer tasteful. You know, you can have 10 different beers and they all might taste the same, you know, because they're all brewed in some similar ways. So our beer has a little bit more of a flavor, and I'm just excited just to see where it goes, you know.
How do you now? You're also combating the fact that right now alcohol consumption is at the lowest point it's ever been.
Yeah.
People just aren't drinking, and now people are, but I mean the mass majority. Like, remember when we were younger, it was cool to go get fucked up. It was cool to go get hammered.
Right.
It's not cool anymore. You're kind of frowned upon by the masses.
I'll tell you
getting
what
silly.
I'll tell you what it is. It's the economy. Don't look at me, everybody. It's the economy. But I'll tell you what it is it's just the fact that, you know, back in the day, you could go to a bar, get fucked up, and you're not going to hurt your bank account. And you could go home and go back to work and pay your bills. Now you have to choose either, am I going to eat dinner or I'm going to get fucked up? You know, and I'm going to get fucked up for that one day of the week. You know, so it's just the economy. It's just about people making money right now. I think come next year, next year will be a good year, and I'm hoping that goes up instead of going down. So, and honestly, it's a culture. You know, there's nothing new really coming out. Everybody's kind of done everything. So you kind of have to, you know, just bring something new to bars and restaurants to get people excited, you know?
Yeah.
So-
What is that new thing? What do you think is the next tipping point for, like, what's going to make people drink more? I mean, we're going back probably 10 years ago, but bars used to have beer pong tournaments, and the amount of beer that you would go through.
I'll tell you, in the Daytona area, it's Sebastian Beck. So where you could say Daytona Trump. You know, for me, like, I sit back and I'm not young, I'm not old, but I see both sides of, you know, the older crowd drinking or the younger crowd drinking. And, you know, I think it'd be great to have beer pong tournaments or cornhole tournaments or a beer fest. You know, I think that's a great idea. You know, I mean, I'm one beer company right now. I mean, imagine I'm sure you could pack down Main Street with a couple different vendors and open up the bars and make it a beer fest, not make it a get fucked up fest,
Yeah.
but make it a beer fest. You know, make it fun, bring back the livelihood to how things are. You know, the energy is kind of dead with a lot of stuff.
It is.
You know, so you just have to bring the energy back. That's it. It's about the execution, Joe.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I did the drinking Olympics one time.
Oh, okay.
And it was not a good idea. It was probably one of the worst ideas that I've ever had.
Drinking
in the hospital.
Olympics.
That's what I called it. So
I need a little description on what the Olympic part was.
this is
I got the drinking part.
Yeah.
Tell me about this drinking Olympics.
all right. So think Key West. This is probably 2009, 10, 11, somewhere around there. And it was slower part of the year, and I was like, the Olympics were on. I was like, what if we had the drinking Olympics? Like, look how much money we would make.
And how
We had
messed up? How many beers did you have when you decided to do this?
Oh man, it was way too many. But what I decided was, all right, well, cornhole,
Right.
beer pong, you know, the little ring game on the string where you poop,
Right.
and just different kind of flip cup, different games you can do, and then get people from other countries. So we had, Key West is very vast. There's a lot of South Americans, there's a lot of Europeans. So we had people sign up and pay $10 a team. Looking back, financially, I should have charged way more a team because that came with all the drinks that you were going to have, like all the drinks that came with the game.
$20 a person.
Yeah, it really should have been. Like I said, it was a terrible idea. But so, all right, we got Germany, we have USA, we have, all of these countries that are going to compete. And we have the games set up and we're going. And, beer pong, you're drinking the cup. It's not water, it's actual beer in there. Flip cup, you're pounding you're taking a shot when you get the ring. Jeremy, we couldn't even finish the first half of drinking Olympics. All the competitors were drunk and they didn't buy any alcohol because it was all free for the game and it was enough to get
Did you at
everyone
least get the
hammered.
beer sponsored?
No.
So you bought all the beer.
Oh yeah.
$10 per team. And how many's on a team?
There was 5.
$2.50 per person to drink as much beer as you want.
Yeah.
So they're all hammered halfay through.
Oh yeah. It was
Nobody's buying beer.
no.
And you're negative $2,000.
Oh God, it was so bad. This was in I think it was one of the first events I ever put on.
And when did you call it quits and decide to never do that again?
Oh, I never did that again.
Let's do one.
That was like going
Let's do
to
one in
college.
December.
I learned so much from that one event on how not to do things in the hospitality industry.
Right.
Like just everything you could screw up, I did in one shot. One event.
How many people signed up?
We had 60 or 70. It was a lot of people.
So you made about $130.
It was so well. My thought process at that point
Guess
was
to be about $150, $160.
like, yeah,
but
they're
still.
going to have the drink and the beer pong, but they're going to be ordering shots and they're going to be buying stuff while they're doing this.
I've had 71 beer shots. I'm going to go buy another shot of Fireball. at
Yeah,
full
it
price.
was not well thought out at all.
I think we should do another one.
No. What?
At your place, let's do another one.
Not me. Nope. We could do it at your place.
Hosted by Real American Beer.
Bam.
Yeah, there you go. We could figure something out.
We're just not charging $2.50 for all you can
No.
drink.
I think the last time I wouldn't consider it a drinking competition, but Monster Beast was in town for, Jeremy, what was it? Biketoberfest or Bike Week or
Bike
whatever?
Week.
It was for Bike Week. So I was Trump, and obviously I got booked for a couple bars to go make a speech. Well, I texted Jeremy, and he's like, we're having a Monster Beast party, so I decided to show up. So I showed up. Everybody had a great time.
I remember this.
And when I tell you, Monster, I love you, everybody. But when I tell you, they got me so fucked up. I mean, it was so they have this photographer named Chopsky, and he's like, get up on the bull. We're gonna take a couple shots of you.
But mind you, you're in uniform.
I'm as Trump, everything, and he's like, just fuck it up, drink the beast. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, all right, for the effect, I'll drink the beast. He's like, oh shit, we didn't get the right angles, and I'm like, huh? And then he's like, here's 2 more. I'm like, I can't do this no more, Chopsky. I can't. I'm feeling like Kamala right now, a little loose, all right? Little loose, all right? And so then he hands me 2 more, and he's like, all right, get down. He's like, damn it, we didn't get the right shot. Let's get 2 more. And I'm like, I cannot drink like this no more. And he's like, no. He's like, listen, it's all free. We have 100,000 cases in the back. It's for the party. So I sat there, and he's like, he hands me 2 more. Not bullshitting you. Secret Service did carry me out. They literally. Someone
Didn't
was
you
like,
do the worm across the floor or something?
yeah, well, it was something. Someone was like, Mr. President, can I get a picture? I was like, I don't know if I could take a picture. It was a lot of fun, but yeah.
What is Monster Beast? I've never even heard of it.
Well, Monster came out with an alcoholic beverage when they turned 21
Right.
Is it part of like Mr. Beast?
called the Beast.
Okay.
It's pretty good. I mean,
It's a tea based seltzer. I would call it seltzer.
you have the Monster flavors that have alcohol in them, and then you also have the tea ones too that have alcohol in them too. So,
All right.
yeah.
I mean, I was all for when.
Let's do those as well for your beer Olympics.
Well, at least no one will go to sleep because it's an energy drink, right?
Ish.
It doesn't matter.
So Monster makes an energy, but it's their energy drink.
But it's like flavored Monster alcohol, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
So, if
it's
you have
not-
like the what picture like the flavor, but not the energy.
Right.
Well, what's the point in that? Like, if you're buying a Monster, you think energy drink, right?
Yeah, that's what they want you to think, but now it's alcoholic beverage. So they went the energy route and they went the alcohol route.
I remember one time I went to I got booked for a private event as Trump, and I walked in, and it was only for an hour, and gave a speech, kissing babies, everything else.
Shaking hands, kissing babies.
Shaking hands, kissing babies, grabbing
Or shaking babies, kissing hands.
yeah. And so someone came up to me with it was like a silver platter of just like these cans that had no labels on them. And they're like, sir, Mr. President, would you like one of these drinks? And I sat there and I'm like, I don't know what those drinks contain. They're like, it's like think of like a fruity, just alcoholic beverage this company's coming out with. I'm like, oh, okay, great. I didn't know that it was THC.
Oh.
And Trump got fucked up that night. I'll tell you that.
Again?
I have to stop drinking. This is why it's so funny, because every time I go to an event, Bike Week, Biketoberfest, Race Week, private parties, I'm hosting a big event this weekend in Gainesville for the Lieutenant Governor of Florida. Everybody's like, why don't you drink? And I'm like, I've had stories. I'm good. Literally, they're like,
Go on YouTube, you'll find them.
You'll find them. All right, go on Twitter or something. Literally, they were like, go make one last speech. And I walked up there and I was like, wow, everybody, why are y'all moving? It looks a little interesting. Wow, okay.
So you sucked down a couple of THC drinks.
I didn't know they were. No one told me. And what it was is they were testing that shit out at that event.
And it worked.
And it worked.
You were high as a kite.
I approve it, all right? We're going to come with that after the wall. But it was great. But I sat back and I'm like, did you guys not want to tell me? They're like, well, we figured you wouldn't have tried it if we said THC. And I'm like, yeah, it's drugging, right? Yeah. You know? Okay.
I think those THC drinks might be part of the future here in our industry.
I think it will be. I think, it's growing so big, and it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think it's a great business to get into. It is.
Well, they're considered food, not beverage.
Oh, food and beverage.
Yeah, they're considered on the beverage side. So as long as you have a food license, you can actually sell them.
Yeah, and it's great too because the oils are amazing. My stepmom and her business partners used to own a restaurant down in downtown Sanford. They have a CBD and THC company. So what they did is that they would try out their products in the restaurant, and the food was great, and it felt great to eat it before and after. And it's a great business. It is. It's growing. It really is.
I walked into one of the local bars near my house, and we were doing a fantasy draft. So we're probably like 6-7 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But I don't drink anymore. And going in there, and I saw the THC seltzer. I'm like, all right, cool.
Right.
So I get that. I had 3 of those. I had a nice buzz going on.
Right.
Wasn't, and was able to, I don't know if I should have drove. I drove home, but like I was fine. And I could still go to a bar. And I wasn't drinking. I wasn't, under the weather. But I think it's the future, especially for a lot of people that don't drink. And when drinking's frowned upon, at least they can have something. Right. You can still get, a little stimulation.
It's got to be a different style buzz, though.
It is.
It is a different. style
yeah,
of buzz.
It definitely is.
It's not your typical for some people it affects everybody differently. But there's someone that I know that when she goes out and drinks with all her friends, she'll just bring her Stanley and just pour 2 of them in there for the entire night. She's fine. She doesn't need any other drinks. She'll just drink that entire thing. So it works out for some people. So
Yeah.
So being Daytona Trump, give me your best story. That person that came up to you and did something. You have to have that story. There's that one Karen that came up and was a Kamala fan, and you were not going to win.
I have
Joe Biden fan. Somebody came up.
I have some of them. So this past Christmas, I was great friends with the Ormond mayor, Jason. He's a great guy, and he asked me, he's like, "Hey, would it be possible for you just to pop down to the parade?" Sure, I don't care. Ormond is 84% Republican. What am I going to run into? Oh, I ran into the other 16%. I ran into
all of them were right there.
I ran into all of them. And so I sat back and I'm walking down the street and I didn't bring any security with me because I'm like, it's the beautiful, the best Caucasian people. And I'm walking down and this lady was like, "Fuck you, you're a fascist." And I just like turned around and her husband loved Trump because I could tell because he's like, "I love what you're doing, but my wife's a bitch." And I sat there. So I looked at her and said, "Listen, darling, we won bigly, all right?" And then she's like, "Fuck you." And I was like, "Fuck you too, darling." And then she just kept screaming. I was like, "You're going to give yourself a heart attack, all right? You're going to give yourself the biggest heart attack you've ever seen. Relax, darling, all right?"
And she had a heart attack.
And she didn't have a heart attack, but I asked her how old she was. And she's like, "My age doesn't matter." And then her husband was like, "Oh, she just turned 79. I said, "Listen, darling, when you hit 85, you can run for Congress, all right?" So it's great. So when I have opportunities to go back and forth, because some people can't take out the fact that I'm not actually Trump. Some people look at me and think that like I'm actually in DC and just like I just send the biggest bill. Like I'm not. It's not him. It's not me. But some people can't distinct the fact between me and the real Trump, which it's fine because it makes me come to the realization that like I'm still Sebastian, if that makes sense. Because some people can get lost in character and just like when everything's good, just be zoned in. There's some times where like, yeah, a little heckle is pretty good, because it just makes me realize like, hey, like I'm doing something right to piss someone off, So
how'd you get into this? Did you just like roll over in bed one day and say, "I'm going to go out and put on a wig and I'm going to be Trump"?
Not pretty much. So I was 16 years old. So he came down the escalator one day and I looked at my TV and I'm like, this guy's running for office. And he comes on TV and he's like, "They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, and some are okay. Some are rapists, some are not. And we're going to make America great again." All that bullshit. And so I sat back and I said the word "okay" like 10 times because he just says the word "okay" so weird. And I was like, "Okay, all right, okay." And then I rose out of bed and I sat there and I'm like, holy fuck, Trump's in the room with me. And then so we go down the line and I would do it as a joke for the past like next 2 years. Come back to Daytona. There was a shitty strip club over here called Cheetahs. I know you know Cheetahs. And I got booked, right? Everybody's a bartender. Everybody's a stripper. I was a stripper that night. Everybody was a stripper. Everybody's a bartender. Everybody was security. The stripper had a pistol on her. It was crazy. So they booked me for bike week. And I just threw on orange makeup, a shitty wig. I still wore my glasses. Like it was shitty. And then I walked up and I did like this big event. And then it was amazing. I met this stripper and I don't remember her name. But this club, like they didn't give a shit.
Let's call her Bambi.
Let's just say Bambi. So basically, there was nudity immediately. There was no like private room. There was no like, you have to go spend some money to see some titties. It was just immediately, that's it. So she walks up to me and I'm Trump, right? And nothing, she's wearing nothing. And in my head, I'm like 17 years old. I'm sitting here drinking for free. And I'm like, I don't know how to like be respectful. She's like, "I love what you do. I voted for Trump." And then she's like, "You want to go meet my husband?" And I'm just like, "Sure. Where's your husband?" "He's the DJ." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So we go up to the DJ booth and we sit up there and I'm Trump. And she sits up there and she's looking at me and she's sprawled out. Like legs open, arms open, just like, "How's your night going?" And then he looks at me. He's like,
Bambi's very friendly.
Bambi is very friendly. I mean, she had 5 kids. She looked great, but
Hubby's a DJ.
Yeah. And he looks at me. He's like, "What's up, man? How are you?" And I'm like, "Great." He's like, "What do you think about my wife?" Now, if you look at his desk, right where the boards are at, there's a 9mm, there's a 1911, and there's one sitting on his hip. And he's like, "What do you think about my wife right now?"
Beautiful.
And I was shitting my pants at 17 years old. And the only thing I could say is I said, she has the best titties I've ever seen. I mean, wow, they're perky. The nipples are, wow. And he's like, I love you, man. You're great. So there was that. And then there's another time in the club where it was out of a movie. I'm dressed as Trump, sitting at the bar, did my thing. I'm sitting there drinking a Jack and Coke. 3 white guys wearing all white T-shirts, red Trump hats. It's like they were like pre-January 6th. I don't know what was going on there, but these guys were ready, 2 years ahead of time. They walk in, and this usher, the owner's best friend, he comes out to me. He's like, hey, you need to go over there. You need to steal them from that stripper. And I'm like, I don't want to fight no one. He's like, go steal them. I'm going to put you in a private room. You're going to sit there. I'm going to open up the curtains, and we're going to bring all those guys in there. So I go in.
What are you dancing for him?
No,
I don't know. Wait, I got to go back here. How are you stealing them?
So it's because they didn't see me. They didn't see me dressed up as Trump. They just walked right past the bar, but everybody else saw them. So they're dancing with this black girl, and they bring me into this private room.
Where's Bambi at this time?
Bambi, I don't know. Bambi, maybe Bambi,
still in the DJ booth.
Maybe Bambi got hit by a hunter. I don't know, but basically they bring all the guys into the private room, and then all of a sudden these are like, oh my God, it's Trump. And then you see the stripper in the back just like pissed. And I'm opening up my pockets. We need the wall. We need the money for the wall. I need the wunge. I need the wunge bigly. All right. Okay. Keep stuffing them down. Okay. And
so these frat boys are stuffing ones down your pants.
Down my pockets, Jeremy, not my pants. Down my pockets.
So you wonder why Bambi's getting pissed because you're making more money than Bambi in the private room.
And then she tried fighting me with a Grey Goose bottle like 2 hours later because these guys gave me probably about $190 in ones and just stuffed it. And I just sat there and just talked about the wall and talked about deporting everybody and everything else. And then she tried fighting me and she got fired. It felt great. I mean, it sucks. I mean, I'm sorry, Bambi. I don't know where you're at now, but
it wasn't Bambi though.
It wasn't. It was another Bambi.
Another Bambi too?
Another Bambi too, yeah. But after that, when Trump lost, I kind of just stopped. I kind of went into hiding because to me, when Trump lost, in my head, what am I going to do? And then what got it really going again is Anheuser-Busch reached out to me. Local distributor down in Orlando reached out to me and said, hey, man, we have issues getting Bud Light back on taps because of the issue with the can with Dylan Mulvaney. And I went and I made Bud Light great again for about 3 months. And I thought it was all bullshit because everybody's like, you can make money. And I just sat back and I told them, I said, I'm not going to be able to make money off of this. I just kept getting booked and booked and booked and booked. And then finally, it just got to a point where I just sat back and I'm like, I can make a lot of money off of this. And then after that, turned into a company. Now we're here. And then how I got the name Daytona Trump is Gabriel Iglesias. You guys are familiar with him. He was at the Peabody performing. I got to go backstage. And his best friend, Martine, we did a video. And he said, we have the Daytona Trump. And in his words, the Daytona version, the Daytona version of Trump, basically. But I sat back. I'm like, Daytona Trump is such an easy name to stick with. So after that, that's how I got my name, and that's how we're here today. So
now we were just talking. I don't know if you missed it, but the 3 men in the MAGA hats, the red MAGA hats,
great
were
guys,
sexually assaulting a minor.
Listen, it was. I think
that was a trauma dump.
It was in the. I gave him consent. I gave them the best consent you've ever seen. It was great. The way they shoved the ones in my pockets. Wow, I would have showed them a titty immediately. All right. It was great.
But you said 17. I'm like, wait, 17? Holy shit.
Oh, yeah. It was a shit show. Oh, my gosh. Like, I would
Did your mom drive and pick you up or something? How'd that work out?
Oh, no.
Best senior year of high school ever.
Oh, yeah.
Babe, have a good time. Pick you up around 10:30.
Yeah. What'd you see today? I don't know. I saw a mountain of Coke and I did Trump. All right, cool.
I saw some titties. And I bet Bambi, she's going to come over tomorrow. We're going to study.
Right. She wants to have a 6th kid. It was great. I've been in a lot of positions where I wish there was a camera crew with me because
why don't you take a camera crew with you?
Well, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start live streaming on Twitch, and I'm going to start.
No, but have somebody walk around, not you holding it.
Yeah.
Have somebody go around with the camera, the professional-ish one.
Right.
And go live on Twitter. You could take me money on that.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna. Yeah. That's the next plan because to me, I'm gonna start live streaming as Trump. I'm gonna start doing a Trump podcast, just talking about the daily bullshit of, like Trump comes on, he talks about a Labubu. I don't know what the fuck a Labubu is.
I guess
but
we're going to be invited on that show, huh?
yeah, it'll just be reversed. You'll be sitting here and I'll be sitting there.
Gotcha,
How we doing, Joe and Jeremy? Welcome back to the same studio, but it's my show this time, all right? But yeah, just the same stuff, because I really want to take advantage of the fact that he's in office right now, and just getting the same point of view. I think I do the voice pretty well, but the same point of view of just normal bullshit, like just maybe do a mukbang, just to follow the trends and just go off of there. So
What happens after his election if he doesn't run 10 more times and get president for 30 years like he wants to? If he's done after this, if he's done after these 4 years, what's next for Daytona Trump? Can you continue doing the...
I'm still gonna. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm still gonna do that, but I think come at some point I'm gonna go ahead and start doing stand-up comedy. So when it comes down to Trump's about to get out of office, I can still do a Trump impersonation, but
Trump is comedy, and you could go that for another 10 years.
I can still be Sebastian and still make money off of that as well. I'm not going to stop impersonating Trump, because I've had so many people ask me that question. Like, what if he gets shot? I'm like, well, Elvis died on a toilet how many years ago? And people are still impersonating him, So there's just so much opportunity. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what side you're on. People will still blame Trump for shit when he's dead. For me, I'm still going to do him. I could still do a speech and talk about random bullshit, about the fake news and about this and about that. Whether you like Trump or not, Trump is a very polarizing character, and everybody knows him, and everybody knows how crazy he can be. So, when I get booked for like smoke shops. So we're going to make smoking great again. Or I get booked for a barbecue shop. We're going to make barbecue great again. Or I get booked for a drinking event. We're going to make drinking great again. So it's so great, because it's such a great product to stand behind and to be involved with, because anything I can do, I just have to put what it's about and make it great again.
Yeah,
it's
that's
simple.
very true.
It's very simple. So,
Make Bambi great again.
That itch expired at this point, Jeremy. All right,
Make Bambi great
itch
again.
expired.
I'm going to get you a hat that says "Make Bambi great again."
It's a little nasty. It's a little nasty. There's 5 colors down there.
Ooh, 5 colors. I think
it was
the stand-up comedy.
It was a horrible crayon box. You see the crayons, right? It was horrible. It was nasty. She had the meats, I'll tell you that.
She had the meats. I just heard that in that commercial. Where's the beef? She had the meats. So yeah, it's great. Yeah, there's just a lot of opportunity, and I've been in sales for about 5-6 years, and I've done Trump, and I've done so many different jobs, and I think to me, like, if you want to go run your own company, go run your own company. I have nothing against that, but I think if you're young, go out there, do 10 million different jobs, have a lot of options, because to me, I can hop back into a company I made a lot of money a long time ago. Vice versa. So if Trump doesn't work out, which I'm not banking on that. I don't even like talking about if it's not going to work out.
I like the comedy thing. I think in the next 4 or 5 years, you get into comedy.
Yeah.
Comedy Central, all these, start going on the stages and talk about, you have endless to talk about.
Oh, without a doubt. I have stories beyond stories. Like the stories I've told you guys today, that's not even the craziest stories. It's not. It
Give me your best one. Come on. Don't hold back. Give me your craziest Daytona Trump story. Have you ever grabbed her by the something?
I've never, but I've had
somebody
girls
begged you to come.
I'm sure they've asked.
There's girls that have literally looked at me and have been like, since you grab, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not the actual guy. I've had girls literally just try to grab my dick in the sense of because Trump grabbed girls by the pussy. So in my mind, I'm like, I don't know how to operate this. Now I back in the day, back when I was like young and just out there, I was okay with it. Now I don't really operate with that anymore, because it just gets to an uncomfortable level. It does, and it's not respectful. I mean, it's great, it's fun, do your thing, but at the end of the day,
Would you? So you're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Everything's just Daytona Trump. It's so easy. Just look up Daytona Trump.
Would an OnlyFans ever work for Trump?
No, I've thought about that.
You don't think it would work?
No, and here's the reason why is because to me, like, I think that it just.
I mean, look at Tony Two-Turn, whatever.
Yeah.
He's got his seltzer brand or his brand of there.
Right.
He's on OnlyFans making a lot of money. He's doing the same thing-ish.
Right.
Hosting events and doing this stuff. He's his own crazy self. He's not being as somebody else.
Right.
And it works for him. You don't think it'll work for the Trump thing, though?
I think it would, but there's a lot that would probably go behind it. Like, trust me, I've definitely thought about times of where just like, it's me with a Hispanic girl. And I'm like, if you want your green card, darling, you got to beg for it. You know, so...
See, that would be great.
Call me daddy and you're going to get this green card, all right?
She's wearing a MAGA hat. That's it.
Right. But I'm going to come. But yeah, no, I think with Trump, there's so many different possibilities. Like I said, like there's smoke shops that said, hey, can you advertise for me? And there's bars that have just said, hey, can you advertise for me? So we're going to make drinking great again here. So there's so many different avenues you can go down with OnlyFans or bars or smoke shops.
Comedy,
or whatever.
everything. All right,
everything.
So my last question with this one.
Yeah.
Would you ever go into real politics? Hang up the Trump or have part of it and go into politics?
Oh,
mayor, senator, whatever.
Without a doubt.
Is that a thought you could get into?
I mean, we know similar people in the local area, and I think what I've done as Trump has not come 1/10 of what other people have done in politics as far as getting pulled over by DUIs, getting caught with coke. I mean, there's so many different things, minors, tax evasion, all the white collar crimes. And so basically, to me, I would 100% get into politics. I think, we're going to enter a stage here in the next couple of years after Trump leaves office that Democrats, Republicans, Independents, Green Party, whatever, a lot of young people are going to just start going into politics. So I think 100%, I would 100% go into politics. I mean, pretty soon, I know we spoke about it in the last podcast, but I will be running for mayor in the next election cycle, which is next year. Thought it was this year. It's not this year, next year. So
as Sebastian as Trump?
As Sebastian, but
are you going to tie Trump into it? Are you going to be able to be like, vote for my buddy Sebastian? He's going to win it.
He's a great guy. He's mixed. He's great with Bethune. I love Bethune. It's great. You see, Bethune-Cookman, the chicken. It's great. I'm gonna get with Daytona Trump, tie everything into there. And at the end of the day, even if I don't lose, I'm still winning. And at the end of the day, like even if
you don't win, you're still winning.
Right. And even if I win, I still have a compromise plan.
I think you could do it because look at now. We had an 18-year-old mayor elected in Edgewater. Right. We have a Hooters girl in Lakeland who's running for mayor.
Wait, I didn't hear about that.
Hooters girl.
She's a
Hooters manager. She's like, don't quote me on the 23, 24, 25.
Right.
And she's running for mayor of Lakeland. She's
going to win.
I actually reached out to her.
She's going to
I'm trying to get her on the show.
Yeah, you should.
I'm trying to get her on the show.
Yeah.
But whether it works or not, I think at the local level, at least, it's changing.
Well, the thing is that even I've told some people are like, what if you actually win? If I win, I'm going to do the job. I'm not just going to have the title and not work. The current administration in Daytona, it's just gone downhill. And there's some things that they've done that's like cool and great, but it's not building back Daytona. And we got to build back Daytona.
What do you see Daytona as?
I see Daytona as like...
Are you going to bring back spring break days?
I see Daytona as like a brand new Goodwill shop.
All right.
Right fair. Now?
Yeah. Like right now. Like
what do you want to be what do you want to be, a Target?
Yeah, pretty much a Target or a Whole Foods. I mean, with Whole Foods,
Aldi.
You could still keep the Coke and everything else. But, my biggest thing is, you look at Goodwill and it's a brand new building, brand new shelves, brand new racks, but it's the same bullshit on the shelf. Daytona, it's the same shit no matter where you go. You look at the hotels, they're dead. The capacity is down. They're not making money. I wouldn't be surprised if the Hilton wanted to shut down a couple years from now.
Hilton just sold.
Yeah, they just sold. There's new owners now.
New owners of Hilton.
So, there's just a lot of opportunity, and there needs to be a lot of big investors in Daytona because Daytona can make that money. There just needs to be new leadership. The mayor doesn't have a lot of power. It's the people that are in city council.
City council has most of the power.
And you have to have a great team with you on board to get what you need done. And
if you win, I'll go in with you.
Okay. All right, cool.
I'll take district something.
You know what we need? All right. If I bring you in, I need Viscomi. I need Viscomi as a donor.
Viscomi.
Yep.
Viscomi could get fun of my whole campaign.
Viscomi, be you. Come on, let's put a little team together. What we got for team was?
Yeah. You, me, Viscomi.
We need two more. It's 5 or 6.
Big Titty Bree for votes.
There you go. That's District 4. I got that one.
Well, actually, she could bring the black vote in. They're big. But who else? I don't know who else would.
Well, one more position available.
When Diesel runs after his second campaign, we'll bring him in.
Diesel.
Yeah, we'll bring Diesel.
I like Diesel.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but
What do you change about Daytona though? I mean, how do you? I noticed, and I don't know if it's been there for a while, but driving in today, I noticed it said signs that said "Keep your change."
Yeah.
Don't give to panhandling. I've never seen them
Do
before.
you remember when we were kids? Maybe not you, you're a little younger. You remember when we were kids, how someone was voting for class president, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, and they're going to bring in candy machines and they're going to get homework and they're going to eliminate, recess is going to be an extra 30 minutes. They're full of crap. They can't make that happen.
Right.
It's a 9-year-old that says he's going to run for city.
So-
I feel like it's the same thing. They tell you what you want to hear. And we would love that. I would love an extra, when I was in third grade, I would love an extra half hour for recess.
Sure.
I would love a candy machine.
Right.
But no 9-year-old, 10-year-old, 11-year-old is going to make that happen.
No.
So what are you going to do and what are you going to say and what's actually going to happen? So you want to widen the roads? Great. Can it happen? You want to bring spring break? Great. Can it happen? So what can we actually do to make it happen?
So my biggest thing is when a big elected official comes into town, doesn't matter what party it is. If I was, let's say I was the governor, right, and Joe Biden came downtown, or Kamala Harris, or whoever on the Democratic side was the president, I would still go by and show face because that's who's in power right now.
Well, yeah.
When the governor comes into Daytona, the mayor is nowhere to be seen. All the other elected officials are there to be seen. There's no mayor to be seen at all. And it's all about politics. And I get the politics part. I do. But there's just so much more. Like, for example, the Ocean Center, it's county owned, right? I would try my hardest to go find a big investor that would like to buy that and the Daytona Lagoon up and buy both properties, demolish everything, and make a bigger convention center that we could host bigger events here.
What's the problem with that, though? Give me the problem with that.
The problem with that,
You're looking at one problem. I love your idea.
Yeah.
Love it. You're looking at
Right.
one big problem. Actually, technically two. Roadways
Right.
and hotels.
right? So here's
the
the
reason
thing.
they're getting
So-
rid. Look at cheerleading week.
Yeah.
Cheerleading week is actually, this is the last year at 26. They're
Yeah.
going to have the world cheerleading whatever
Yeah, the championship.
because they've outgrown it. They're
Well,
going to Orlando because we don't have
but-
enough hotels. We don't have enough.
But here's the thing, though, is that you have the Ocean Center that says, we'll build a new convention center if you build more hotels. The hotels are like, we're going to build more hotels if you build a bigger convention center. To me, you can bring more stuff on to the mainland. I get beachside when it's packed. We all know it. It's a bitch. It is a bitch to get through. Especially,
Look at spring break. Look at Bike Week. It just
Bike Week.
happened. I mean, from Streamline all the way to Main Street was 20 minutes.
Well, my biggest-
I could have walked there and back 6 times
Right.
before a car and a bike could even make it to the
Well,
light.
my biggest issue with beachside is the fact that everybody, if you want to go to an event, you'll go to an event in Jacksonville or Orlando. You're passing Daytona. You are passing Daytona. There's so much opportunity here. People go to Orlando and Jacksonville for top golfs, for better clubs, for better food, for better atmosphere. I mean, the list goes on. You can bring that here. It's possible. It is. You just need better execution. This goes back to what I was saying earlier. You can have shit on a stick, and as long as you have great execution, it'll be great, and you can execute it. It is. So,
Well, we are getting to that point of the show where we have to leave for this week. But, if you remember, we do our Come On, Karen.
right.
Come on, Karen.
Come on, Karen.
And I want to try and, put Daytona Trump into our Karen. And, you touched earlier a little bit on, the old lady that was pissed off.
right.
But,
The 79-year-old.
Yeah. I want the nastiest, who is just, God, been the nastiest to Daytona Trump. Not Sebastian,
Right.
but who has been the nastiest to Daytona Trump for the most ludicrous
Let's not say
reason.
nastiest. Rudest.
Rudest, yeah, rudest.
Nasty is not. We don't want to hear about the nasties that they've done.
Yeah.
Who's been the rudest? Just rude because of Trump or because it is? Who's been the come on, Karen? Really?
Who's been the nastiest?
Joe, you got this guy thinking nasty now.
Yeah,
It's all your
He's
fault.
been the most horriblest.
You've been the nastiest, Joe.
I have. Do you want me to say it in the Trump voice? Or you want me to say it in?
Let's go Trump voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I had this guy. He was a horrible guy. I posted some stuff on social media, right? You see Snapchat, Instagram. It's great. And I did a golf tournament, right? The tickets ran for probably, I'd want to say $500 to $1,000, right? But at the end of the day, when I do an event, right, you have to advertise because let's say you're having a birthday party. I don't want you to look at Instagram or Snapchat and be like, where the hell has this guy been? Does it get booked? So when I get booked for an event, I advertise for it. Doesn't matter if the tickets are $1 million or $10, right? This guy, I don't want to say his name because I don't know where he's from. I know he's local. But I posted about it on Snapchat. And this guy, he went back and forth and he said, no one in Daytona can afford that. A bunch of these, I'm not going to say the word, starts with ER. And he went in, and this guy was white. He was whiter than French vanilla, all right? And he went in, and he just said the N-word a lot of times, and it wasn't just the A, it was the ER. And he went deep. Like he went BBC deep, all right? And he was just nasty. He was horrible. Then he told me that I don't get booked, and I don't do this, and I don't do that. And he's a horrible guy, nasty guy. He's a horrible guy. That's it.
And so he's the first one on your next show.
Maybe we'll see. Right?
I don't know. Racist piece of shits like that should be put on blast.
Here's the thing with me is that when it comes to me and Trump, and it comes to someone being like that towards me, I typically try to just say fuck it and just not even look at it.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to do is put someone on blast, and then I show up to an event and I get shot, or someone does something, and and to me, at the end of the day, if you want to talk shit, talk your shit, but I don't want the bullshit behind it.
I'm the same way. When I get comments on certain business pages, I'm like, delete. I don't care.
Yeah.
Horrible. This cool. Delete. I don't care. Right. I'm not fighting back. I'm not writing back. I don't care. Move on.
It's not worth the headache. And with me, with being Daytona Trump and Sebastian, like I have a name for Sebastian and Daytona too. Like, I have a name for both names. I don't want to destroy that name, and I don't want to be involved in a situation. I just don't, So
Mayor Sebastian's coming soon, right?
Mayor Sebastian Beck.
I'm excited.
Mayor Beck.
Make Daytona great again. Is that what it's going to be?
Honestly, Daytona used to be great. It used to.
Yeah.
Daytona used to be great with, I know we're ending, but what's that one? VHS, not VHS, but back in the day.
What, the MTV Spring Break?
MTV Spring Break clubs. I remember going out to clubs in Daytona, and it was popping, and it was busy, and everybody was out. So we can make Daytona great again. It's possible.
MTV Spring Break years were the best spring break years. I remember coming to Daytona. I remember going to Panama City.
Everybody knows Daytona. NASCAR. Everybody used to be excited for NASCAR. Now it's kind of just like, races here.
Yeah,
it can be.
It's not as exciting as it used to be.
It's really not. So Daytona can be made great again, and that is not becoming at a Republican standpoint. That's not becoming at a Democratic standpoint. It really can be made great again. It really can bring business back, bring the energy back. Take business from Jacksonville and Orlando. It's possible.
I love it. Well, hopefully Mayor Beck will make that happen.
Hopefully.
We appreciate you coming on, and excited to talk to you about Real American Beer a little bit more after the show too.
Of course.
So everybody, hope you liked the episode. Remember to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Spotify, and YouTube. We'll see you next week, y'all.
This episode brought to you by Stir Hospitality.
Go to stirhospitality.com if you are a new restaurant. If you're a restaurant that is not seeing the profits that you used to.
Bar and nightclub.
Bar and nightclub too. They will get you back in the black. Stirhospitality.com.